Welcome back to On Pit Road. This is my guest and co-host, again, Connor Fleegle. Now we're going to talk about the chase. We talked about before the break that the chase itself was over. Jimmy Johnson has pretty much run away with this thing.
Right.
Now, since this is going to be his 4th consecutive championship, many people have been talking, saying that the system is flawed, that the system is easy to manipulate. If you just get good and become an expert at these 10 tracks, that you can win it all. Right. And also, the guy who leads all year long, namely this year, Tony Stewart, has a huge lead. He comes in, and it means nothing. So is the chase system flawed?
Yes and no. Yes, obviously, because we've seen it twice now. Stewart had the huge lead this year. In years past, Jeff Gordon's had the huge lead, and he ended up not winning the championship.
04 and 2007.
Twice, yes, thank you, twice. But then again, bottom line, you still have to go out in the tracks, and you have to perform. You have to go out every single week for 36 weeks and perform. Now, you could get one little slip up like this, you can hit the wall, that'll be the end of your race, could be the end of your championship, but you never know that until you go out there and run the race. You have to go out there and run the race, and until you do that, you don't know how big of a point lead you're going to have or how far behind you're going to be. So no matter, you can say what you want about the chase, but the bottom line is the drivers, they still have to go out there and perform each and every week.
Now, I did some research. I putzed around online and talked to a few people at NASCAR and, saw what I could come up with here. And I got just a couple ideas here of what you could do to change the chase format a little bit that I thought would make a great idea. First of all, this is a way to give the guy who comes into the chase as the regular season champion. It's kind of like NASCAR's home field advantage sort of thing. Let's say the regular season guy, who this year would have been Tony Stewart, once the chase starts, gets first pick of any pit stall he wants on all 10 races. That would generate like a home field advantage for him. It would be something that would be good to be the champion. Also, start him with a little 50-point bonus.
I think that's fair.
Agree?
Considering that Tony Stewart had almost a 300-point lead going into the chase this year, and then all of a sudden he doesn't even start the chase with the point lead. Yeah, I think it's fair. At least 50, maybe even more than 50 points. But yeah, 50 points is fair, I think.
And here's the one that I know is going to spark a little debate with this guy over here. It would be great that the last 10 races were not set in stone. Every year, you switch it up a little bit. You switch up the 10 races, and you don't even have to let them know the year ahead. You can let them know 3 years ahead. We know where the Super Bowl is going to be in 3 years. Yeah, why not? Say, okay, this year these 10 races are going to be this, and this. Next year it's going to be this, and this.
I do agree with you on that part.
But here's where I know that the Fleegle man over here is going to disagree with me.
Oh boy!
Add a road course. Add a road course to the chase.
You're killing me. You're killing me. Saying
why not?
The reason NASCAR, yes, we talked about this. It was built on moonshiners, and they didn't go left all the time. Yeah. When NASCAR first started as an organization, as a foundation, they didn't have road courses when they started. It's simple. Yes, they were racing on beaches and whatnot. Yes, but they did not have road courses back when NASCAR originated, back in the good old days of the sport. The way I see it, if you want to race on a road course, be like Danica Patrick, go to any racing league, be like Michael Schumacher, go to F1. Don't bring it in NASCAR. And don't bring it in the chase. But it's bad. The fact they have 2 races a year already is bad enough. Don't bring it in the chase.
Don't you think that road course racing separates your abilities as a driver from everyone else? I mean, you say, when NASCAR first started, they weren't doing road coursing. Of course they were. They were running from the cops doing the moonshine.
Not when NASCAR first started.
But where stock car racing originally comes from.
That's where it originated from. But when it was officially organized, did you see people running around on road courses?
We will leave that debate up to the viewers.
I win.
Another thing, make the cars more adjustable. Okay, NASCAR in the last few years, since the COT has come out, has limited the adjustments that teams can do on the cars, thus making fewer and fewer competitions. Turned out that money in testing is now what makes or breaks a team.
Pretty much.
3 years ago, you had 4 big teams. And the following year, RCR fell off. Then last year, 2 years ago, or last year, Joe Gibbs Racing started to fall off. And then this year, Roush Fenway is starting to fall off. Now, there's only one team that is really, really standing out, and that happens to be Hendrick with the most money.
Well, how about Childress this year as well? They don't even have a driver in the chase. Think of the talent they have there. They have Jeff Burton.
Don't have the money.
Think about the talent. They have Jeff Burton, Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick, none of those three guys are in the chase.
Yes.
We're talking about Jeff Burton, who arguably is one of the most successful active drivers in the sport right now behind Jeff Gordon.
This is true. NASCAR has tried to make the car safer, but at the same time, they have pretty much made the competition go away.
The big teams with the money are going to stand out. And unfortunately, that's been the Jimmy Johnsons and the Jeff Gordons. That's one of the reasons why Johnson has won 3 titles in a row, why in a couple weeks he's going to make it 4.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about Danica Patrick. That's right, Danica Patrick in NASCAR, and take some of your viewer mail.